Last week, I recorded an episode talking about after all these years, I'm finally making progress with my written works. But I hit my goals. Now what? What do I mean I hit my goals? Well, the amount of income I generated last month from the proceeds of my written work, I've already reached that, and it's June 8th. So in 7 days, I earned the same amount of income I generated in the entire month of May. It's not life changing money, but it's something. So now what? That's what this episode's about. This is episode 106 of the Books by Josh, audio immersion titled Hit My Goals, Now What? I'm asking you guys because right now it's like I'm still refreshing to see bar go up, money go up, like the meme says for stocks. But it's like I've put out the books that were passion projects that I wanted to write, and the traction I get on that is completely different from everything that's paying me. So my light novel series are carrying my income, whereas my drama book, my magnum opus that I put out there, something that I had in the works for nearly 2 decades, has way less traction. And it's like I created, and now I'm empty, because that was the book that I wanted to create. Something that is a deeper book than anything I've ever written. It's just a way different book. But sales are nothing compared to everything else that is getting traction, which are these light novels, because I have a manga podcast and I read a lot of mangas, manhwas, webtoons, so I can do a light novel because it's something I know like the back of my hand. Those are getting great traction, but it's like as good. I'm generating money, paying bills with it, but what am I now? That's the problem. I hit the goals. I want to be able to pay bills with my writing. I am. Want to be able to create these books that I've had ideas for. I did. Where do I go from there? And it's like when you have a savings goal, hey, I want to have this much in savings. Okay, then what? My dream was always to go to Japan. So I did that last year. Back in the day, I was in network marketing many, many years ago, and I was taught the concept of a dream board. Your dreams and aspirations, you take a big piece of cardboard like a poster board, and you put images on there. And I still remember mine to this day. I had a picture of Japan because I always wanted to go to Japan. I had pictures of ties because I like ties. I had a Rolex on there. Of course I did. As of right now, I don't have the Rolex. I have Omegas. You know? But I've essentially hit what I wanted there. And you've reached that point and you're like, are you happy? These are things that you don't ask yourself while you're grinding. Prime example, when my net worth reached a certain level, I bought myself a Stenson hat. Not the straw hat, I bought like a $400 Stenson because I reached a certain dollar amount in my net worth. That was like a gift back to me. I'm going to get the Rolex once I hit another milestone, which I'm close to hitting in my net worth. And it's like you do it and you get these goals, give yourself a little treat. But a lot of time, like I've perused like Dave Ramsey shorts, things like that, about people who call up. And they're super cheap because they've been focusing on the grind for so long. They've already accumulated millions of dollars and they're still nickel and diming. And he has to tell them, hey, go spend some money. You could line your hold on your wallet or your purse, loosen the purse strings because you can afford it. And it's for me as a creative, I'm putting out content a lot faster than I was in the past. And I've come to a point where I'm writing books that I want to read or I would want to read. I know what's happening in the books where I read it, But it's like with my other series, basically just having Kindle Select reads and purchases like crazy is like maybe the audience might pick the other stuff. I'm not going to stop writing the other stuff too. It's because I want to write these books. It's like my book, my romance book with a boxer going into a small town after having a no decision. It's a book I wanted to write and I was able to. But it's not something that's going to become a bestseller overnight. So I have to change my expectations, is the thing. You have to have goals. So once you hit a goal, you have to have a new goal. Because if not, you're like how I'm feeling right now. You don't know what to do. You put in this effort, you finally hit it, and you're like, okay, now what? When I was in high school, I wanted to be able to bench 225 because there was 2 plates on each side. Once I hit it, my next goal became 3 plates on each side, which I hit. And after that, I'm like, I'm good. I don't need to be any stronger at that time. So you get bored when you hit the goals. I got bored when I hit 3 plates on each side. Why? Because it's like, okay, I've reached what I want to achieve. I don't want to do it anymore. It's not fun anymore. I wanted to compete with my friends at the time, and you lose that drive. So as I brought up the vision board, mine was all materialistic. Vacation, money, ties, Rolex. These are things that are materialistic. They're wise. Why you're doing it. These are your reasons for getting up in the morning and putting in all that effort. If your why is not strong enough, when you hit the goal, you're going to stop. You're not going to try to go for 4 plates on your side. I didn't try to go for it because my why wasn't strong enough. My goal is to be self-sufficient off my creative work and also my dividends. But that's later on down the line. So I have to keep coming up with new ideas, new content, keep pressing record. A little behind the scenes. Right now is Tuesday, June 9th and 3 a.m. This goes up at 8:30 a.m. I'm recording a podcast at 3 a.m. in the morning because I want to put out an episode. Because, like I said, I just hit this nearly the same income I generated last month in 8 days in a month already. It could just completely stop. I don't know if anybody else is going to read for the rest of the month. People could boycott me for some reason. I don't know this. But it's just made me think, what do you do now? Is my why strong enough that I don't want to be relying on the 9 to 5? I'm doing air quotes right now because it's okay having a boss, but at times you get tired of it. And by having my side hustle, being a creative, it gives me some income that one day might be able to replace ordinary income, which is the dream, to be able to live life on your own terms. Because don't get me wrong, if I could do that right now, I would not live in New York City. I would probably live overseas, Japan. It's not cheap, to live in like Tokyo, stuff like that. But just the culture and my time there, I was about to go back there, like last month, but I just didn't want to spend the money. It's just, it was one of those times that it was fun. It was happiness, because it's a big city. I don't have to live in a big city, but you get to wake up whenever. You get to still create. I'm not going to stop if I'm generating enough income to live off my creative work. I'm not going to just stop creating because I have to create new work to get you guys to keep buying. Because unfortunately, customers are like a sales funnel. Hey, you like this book? If you follow me on Amazon, you might like this book that I just released. That's what it is. And that's why I only try to make money from my written work. Because I don't like treating you guys like numbers. So that's basically what this episode is, from the heart follow up to last episode where I talked about actually finally making progress as a creative and to achieve the same success I had in the entire month of May in a few days. Like I said, it's not life changing money. You can't go out and buy an iPad with the amount of money. You can't go buy a new iPhone. You can't plan a vacation about it because guess what? You don't get paid right away. It takes a few months. Like I'm used to that because I was on commission in the past. But it's just the feeling that I have a growing audience that's reading my work, and there's series for those. So when they finish a book, one in the series, they'll go book 2, then book 3, then book 4. It shows that I was able to create something that made them keep coming back. And that's why I want for this podcast as well, for you guys to keep coming back. And that's it for this episode. Definitely let me know. We have a contact us form on booksbyjosh.com. Let me know what to do after you hit your goals. What do you do? And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.